On a beautiful Monday morning, she's on her way to the bus station with her best friend, the face mask. Suddenly, oh, my mask! Then she's late for school for sure because she has to buy a new face mask. After school, she goes to the toilet for an emergency. She relies on her best friend for taking care of her bag and face mask. Hey monkey, I must go to the toilet now. Can you keep my bag and my face mask? Okay. Oh, thank you, monkey. Your bag and face mask are still there. Wait, where's the face mask? Oh no, I remember I'm always holding it. Oh, my mask. On her birthday, she receives a lot of gifts, but nothing makes her happy. At the end of the day, she receives a last present from her friends, and finally, there's one thing that makes her feel happier than ever. What a meaningful gift! Why is the face mask so essential for her life? The answer is air pollution. Facts. Here are some interesting facts about air pollution. This video analyzes the air quality in the two largest cities of Vietnam, Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, in the first quarter of the year 2018. The method used is Air Quality Index, which is a number used by government agencies to communicate to the public how polluted the air currently is or how polluted it is forecast to become. As the air quality index increases, an increasingly large percentage of the population is likely to experience increasingly severe adverse health effects. Hanoi. We conducted the comparison of the air quality index data recorded at the U.S. Embassy Monitoring Station throughout the 3 recent years, 2016, 17, and 18, to track changes in the air quality year on year. An analysis of hourly averages was performed. Although there was an improvement of air quality in Hanoi in quarter 1 in 2017 compared to 2018, the unhealthy section had been reached on average 88% of the time, whereas it is reached on average 63.6% of the time in quarter 1 in 2017. However, the air quality tended to worsen again, with the unhealthy sector accounted for about 80% of the time in quarter 1 in 2018. Ho Chi Minh City. In Ho Chi Minh City, we also compared the air quality index data recorded at the U.S. Consultant Monitoring Station throughout the 3 recent years to estimate the change in the air quality year on year. Despite the fact that the air quality in Ho Chi Minh City is better than in Hanoi, it seems that the air quality intended to worsen. In contrast to Hanoi, air quality in Ho Chi Minh City decreased during recent years. The number of hours which have the air quality index in unhealthy sectors gradually increased over the years from 32.1% in 2016 to 41.9% in 2016 and 44.2% in 2018. Reasons of air pollution. Combustion from industry. Almost all of the common air pollutants can be produced by industrial processes. Some of these are produced by combustion of fossil fuels that drive the industrial process. Transportation emissions. Cars, planes, and ships generally use combustion to harness energy from fossil fuels. The combustion process releases pollutants into the air such as particles and carbon monoxide, and also releases substances that quickly form into nitrogen oxides and ozone. Agriculture side effects. Farmers use machinery driven by fossil fuels to plow fields and harvest produce. Methane is a gas that contributes to the greenhouse effect that allows global warming. It arises from intestinal gas released by livestock. Forest fires. Forest fires release pollutants into the air in the same way as fireplaces burning wood produce pollution. They produce fine smoke particles, which, according to the EPA, are small enough to be able to get into the lungs and damage the lungs and the heart. Tobacco smoke. In the developed world, tobacco smoke is commonly the only visible type of air pollution inside the house. Both types of indoor smoke are linked to respiratory disease. Health effect. Air pollution can be very harmful to our health. The level of health effects on humans depend on the length of exposure, together with what kind of pollution it is and in which concentration the pollutant is exposed. The effects can be divided into short-term and long-term effects, where short-term effects include irritation to eyes, nose, and throat. Very small airborne particles in soot are especially dangerous because they can penetrate the lungs and bloodstream and worsen bronchitis, which can lead to heart attack and even death. Smog can irritate eyes and throat and also damage the lungs, especially for people who work outside. Children and senior citizens are also very exposed, but it is the worst for those who has asthma or allergies, because the pollutants intensify their symptoms and can, for example, trigger asthma attacks. Others can be headache and nausea. Long-term health effects can include chronic respiratory disease, lung cancer, and heart disease. In some cases, even damage to the brain, nerves, liver, and kidney. Longer exposure of air pollution can affect the lungs of children and aggravate and complicate the medical state of elderly. So what can we do to reduce air pollution? The answer is an effective solution requires the collaboration between governments, companies, and individuals. Also, this solution has to be done according to principles of sustainability, that is, use solar energy, protect biodiversity, and do not disrupt the chemical cycling process. Here's what the government can do. The government should enact tighter law and regulations which control the amount of CO2 and other chemicals emitted from factories. This can be done by requesting the company to install environmental friendly equipment. Besides, there should be laws specifying that if companies produce too much air pollution for a region and cause serious damage to the local environment, they should bear criminal liability. And what about companies? They are major contributors to air pollution. What can they do to curb air pollution? Here are some of our suggestions. Use renewable or green energy sources. Renewable and green energy sources such as solar energy, wind energy, geothermal energy, and hydropower should be used more rather than relying on traditional fossil fuel and coal, which are the main contributor to air pollution. For example, instead of relying on coal to produce electricity, we can use hydropower to produce it instead, and it's more sustainable. Introducing Corporate Social Responsibility Program. Corporate social responsibility is the program that requires companies to consider the impact of their decisions not only on stockholders but on other stakeholders such as government, community, environment, and so on. It is essential to introduce the corporate social responsibility programs to managers, shareholders, and business students. This is because they are the main decision makers in business operations that have a huge impact on environment, especially air and water. Therefore, the introduction of the program will help the managers and shareholders to think carefully about their effect on the environment before making decisions. Now you may think, this is way too broad for us. We're not companies or the government. What can we do as individuals? Here are some activities that we can do every day to keep the air cleaner. Live on Mars. Just kidding. We can use the bike or just walk for short distance travel. Use environmental friendly vehicles such as hybrid or hydrogen vehicles. Turn off engine while idling. Turn off electrical devices when they are not in use. Use energy-efficient light bulbs. Plant more trees. Reduce and reuse, and avoid using chemical spray. On a beautiful Monday morning, she comes to get her face mask to prepare for going to school. Oh, my mask!